Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to this very special edition of the Main Event Talk right here on YouTube. It is November 1st of this year, which means we are 2 months away from 2015, and this is the first day of the month, so that usually means the first of the month and everything else like that. Plus, the end of Halloween is over. Okay, Halloween is done. Pretending is over. But I gotta tell you something, last night the main event had himself a tremendous time. Here he was getting out of work, doing what he's got to do and stuff like that. They're taking care of the usual bills and everything else like that. And then I go ahead, here I am at home, and here's something for everybody to go through, especially when it comes to people that go out of their way to go ahead and buy candy because, they want to go ahead and serve it all to the kids that come down around the neighborhood and stuff. So here I am. I'm done with my bills, and I'm going ahead and taking a shower a little early because I wanted to go ahead and step out after the whole thing's over, right? So you're sitting there, and the first thing that I remember was, here I am watching WWE Friday Night SmackDown, okay? And this, the huge announcement that was already made, which I'm going to mention in this episode because that's what we're going to talk about. Here I am, just there, just eating a little bit, and then all of a sudden, how you get everything set up for Halloween, you get everything rolling, you get all the decorations all set and ready to go, and then you buy all the candy, right? You get everything that you can. You buy at least, I would say about maybe $5 to $6 worth of candy, if not more, right? Before you know it, here you are. You only served a few kids that came to your neighborhood. That's it, right? And this was around 7 to 6 o'clock in the afternoon, and all you got was a few measly kids. Now, I'm not dogging on the kids. That's not what this is about. But what this is about is the few people, and I've met a few, that have had the same problem. I mean, I live over here in Castores and Galahar, around in this area over here in Corpus, Christi, Texas. And we, back in my day, we used to have a lot of kids. I mean, I used to go around neighborhood to neighborhood to neighborhood to get a lot of candy, and I usually get it over here. Nowadays, people want to go ahead and go over to the Saratoga area, I'm sorry. And you know that people like to go to the rich neighborhoods and get something there. Usually the rich neighborhoods, they don't give a shit. They just go ahead and give you candy. They don't give you candy, oh well. And sometimes the only reason why people go to those neighborhoods is because some of them, and I mean some of them, display some of the scariest houses, which I never cared much about that. I mean, I just want to put a ghost up on the wall, a mummy in the front yard, or in my case, I would like to put Eddie, as in Eddie from Iron Maiden, put him in the front yard and scare the living daylights out of everybody. That is Halloween, isn't it? But Halloween is what it is, and now I'm stuck with a lot of candy that we're gonna have to eat and stuff like that there in every way possible. Last night for the main event, I went over to Theos, and I had an opportunity. I was gonna go to try to head over to the zombie prom that took place over at the House of Rock. Was gonna go there, did not get an opportunity to go there. I also I was hoping to go to Bone Shakers as well because they were gonna have some sort of a Halloween costume party going on over there. Didn't happen. I was hoping I would go over there to Theos, which I did. I went to Theos. I showed up over there about maybe 11, and they had I was hoping Fistful of Metal would play over there. I don't think they did, but there was a band over there called Seasons After that played at Theos. I was impressed. I was very impressed with who that band was. I mean, there was a lot of people that were over there. Some people were into the band, some people were not into the band, but they were a pretty good band. I like to see this band Seasons After, come over to Theos again when they have the opportunity. So, Seasons After, let me introduce to you me, the main event. I am the biggest wrestling fan in the world, not to mention one of the biggest metalheads on the planet, and I'm also someone that is a very, very interesting person when it comes to new music. And I've heard of the name, but I didn't think it was like that famous. And I mean that famous because your name is very, you got that certified check that's right there on your name, so on Facebook and on Twitter. So I saw you guys play, and all I can say is I can't wait to see you guys again. You did an impressive showing. I was very, very impressed. I love the music, and I hope we see you guys again soon over at Theos Billiards. And besides what took place over at Theos last night, and besides seeing all of my good friends, some that came out, and I saw a few Batman costumes. I saw a few people that came out like Vato Locos, all like, oh, all that and stuff. Some had even came out, you know, painted face and everything else like that. The few things that were interesting to me, there was one in particular that I saw. There was this, and I'm going to mention her name right here, right now, because I got to, and I wasn't sure if it was her until I saw her on Facebook, okay? And she came out in this very sexy, hot-looking, she came out as Chucky, but, you know, a sexier version of Chucky, with a knife in her hand and everything else like that. So I'm here at the bar, I'm checking out, you know, Seasons After, and she's coming down, she's coming down with a friend, right? Both looking hot, both looking sexy. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm just looking at her walking right by, right? And I'm just like, God damn. But then something snapped in my head, like, wait a minute. Why does she look familiar? Why does she look... There was a lot of people over there that I had a chance to recognize. And I'm like thinking, that can't be her. I cannot. And then she comes right by. This is only like 5 minutes later. Comes right by, and she goes right out the door. That was it. She only made her presence felt for like 5 minutes. So Kimmy, if you're watching this video, I did see you at Theos, okay? You were there. You look hot. Scary hot in every way possible, but nonetheless, you looked hot. And hopefully, I'll see you again at Theos or maybe some other place in the near future. You know, so that may happen. Also, I ran into a few other people, and there's another person I want to mention. Her name is Jen. And saw her over there, and she walked by I don't think she saw me raise my hand like this until she, you know, walked by. I know she was shooting pool over there at Theos like that. And then she posted something on Facebook, and I told her I was here. She asked where I was at and everything else like that. I was at the bar. I could have walked over there, you know, shot pool with her if possible, but it was okay. But Jen, if you were watching this episode of the Main Event Talk also, I saw you. You were there. You were this close to seeing the presence of the main event, but it didn't happen. But that's okay. But don't worry, in the near future, you may see me again at Theos or some other place in that particular nature. But man, it was good to see everybody over there. From my friend Viola was over there with a boyfriend. Love seeing them every single time when I go over there. I also saw, you know, my good friend Jasmine was behind the bar, seeing Brittany behind the bar, seeing my boy Chris, who's, you know, he's feeling a little sick, but he'll be good. He'll be good. Of course, seeing my good friend, one of my longtime friends, Roxanne, coming out as Chun-Li from Street Fighter, looking as beautiful as she can. The only thing I wanted Roxanne to do for me was to bring Rachel to the main event. Yes, you should have brought her, I swear to God, you know. But nonetheless, last night was a phenomenal night. It was good for the main event. I had to step out of the house. I didn't feel like being there. It was Halloween night. Everybody was having a good time at all the places that we're at, where they were at Zeros, or whether they were at the House of Rock, or at Bone Shakers, or even at Theos Billiards. So guys, last night was tremendous. Cannot wait for that. And of course, the weekend is just beginning. You know what I'm talking about, guys, because the fact that tonight, the main event, I wish to God that I could go to this fucking show, but I cannot. You guys know what show I'm talking about. Slipknot and Korn are coming to the American Bank Center over in Corpus Christi, Texas, and the main event would love to be there. My good friend, my longtime friend, Joseph Zodich, is on his way to Corpus Christi. He's only here for one day, and he is on his way over to see Slipknot and Korn. He may see the main event tonight. Who knows? We may be drinking a few beers before we see the show, or this could happen, I may actually go to the show, if possible. If possible. Okay, I'm not going to ring my hopes up and stuff like that there. So for those of you guys over here in Corpus Christi that are still looking for an opportunity to see Slipknot and Korn play at the American Bank Center tonight in Corpus Christi, Texas, get your tickets while they last. I think they're still on sale, or they may be giving them away. Who knows? And of course, Sunday, this is the most chilling moment for me, because I get a chance to see once again for the second time ever since 2008 or 2009 to be exact, the return of the metal gods. Judas Priest is going to be at Concrete Street this Sunday, November 2nd. I got my ticket. My best friend Roman got his ticket. We are all set to go, and I cannot wait to hear a few songs like Turbo Lover, You Got Another Thing Coming, Breaking the Law, Painkiller, and every single thing, including some songs off of their new album, which I haven't had an opportunity to hear about it, but I heard it's, you know, it's a slamming new album. I want to hear it. I want to check it out. I want to see how it goes. Remember, Tonight is Slipknot and Korn at the American Bank Center, and tomorrow night, Concrete Street, Judas Priest. Whew, it's gonna be the fucking shit. Halloween weekend has only just begun. This may be the beginning of November, but it's still Halloween to all of us. Now,